Hey, so loves, it's Kimberly with Celestial Juju, and we're going to do the weekly forecast of May 5th, 6th, whatever the week is out. What is that to the 13th? Is that 7 days? And the big aspect that we have is the new moon in Taurus because of all the energies that's with it. New moons are always wonderful times, but this new moon is a magic new moon for like everybody. So in this video, I will go through the big players. There's some stuff with the moon and Saturn and Uranus and Jupiter still, and what that is for you, what it is in your house. And so we'll go into each house and what the theme is, and I'll do a transmission. I will do a transmission at the end of this so we can be prepared to receive this energy. And if you are doing, your little magical, whether it's journaling or imagining or wishing or however it is, praying, whatever it is that you call it, um, during this time period, it's more fruitful if you do it after the new moon. Because if you do it during the new moon, there is no light. It's the no moon. There's no moon and then the new moon. So there's no light illuminating it. So you can write down all of your stuff and then to really put the power and the magic in it. And that's what you do with your seeds that you're planting too. I've been planting my transformation gardens. I haven't taken pictures of those for you all this year. And I'm doing my seeds by the moon cycles. Yes, I'm using the Farmer's Almanac, and I'm doing that, and it's amazing from that Scorpio full moon what I already have growing. So I'll do a whole thing on that and about the energy and how to do things with the moon that way. So this Taurus new moon, it's time to mark your calendars because it's it's going to unfold with the arrival of this energy somewhere on the 7th, May 8th, depending on your time zone, because the lunar event occurs at 18 degrees Taurus. So wherever 18 degrees Taurus is in your chart, that's where it comes in. That's where it's going to be grounded in, where your intention on that moment is where the alignment is and the stabilization energies of the earthy Taurus new moon. It's about being grounding in beginnings with the Taurus energy and the prosperity that it brings. Taurus is renowned for its affinity, for stability, and the appreciation of life's simple pleasures. It invites us to cultivate the sense of security and comfort during this lunar phase. So embrace the sensory delights of Taurus and indulge in the good food, the connections and nature, and cherish the moments of tranquility. As we slow down, um, and prioritize what truly brings us joys, we set the stage for a period of interperspective and realignment energy. So it's this time for setting intentions for security and for stability. There's been a lot of wobbly stuff out there in the world and uncertainty. So this is a time that you can decide what it is that you want to be certain about. Does that make sense? And start bringing that into your life, or do the actions that it takes, build the foundation that it takes to bring that into your life. So under the nurturing influence of the Taurus new moon, we're encouraged to set intentions to align with the themes of comfort, security, and financial stability. Take stock in your relationships with money and possessions, discerning what truly nourishes your senses of security and well-being. This is an opportune moment to lay down the groundwork for the future prosperity and fulfillment. So the harmonizing energies of Uranus and Saturn, The potency of this new moon is amplified by its alignment with the revolutionary planet Uranus and the stabilizing presence of Saturn. While Uranus urges us to embrace change and innovation, Saturn reminds us of the value of patience and discipline. This harmonious interplay between the disruptive and the grounding forces offers unique opportunity for transformative growth and progress. Okay, so I'm going to go through the week and the moon and what the moon is up to and its interaction with the other allies in this. So at okay, so on Monday, the moon, Sunday and Monday, the moon is still in Aries. Okay, it sets up this public tone, getting ready to move into Taurus. So on Monday, May the 6th, the moon will be void course from 11 p.m. Pacific time. And the moon in the fiery Aries goes void course and will remain void course for most of the day, Monday until 2:43 p.m. Pacific time. And so during that time period, it's not a time to initiate stuff. Anytime that it's in void, it's when the energy is kind of rather stagnant. So this is going to be very impatient for the Aries energy. It's going to be antsy before it moves into preparing for the new moon. So if the moon is void course when you start a job or start an event, it'll take a lot of effort to accomplish, or relationship, any of those things. If it'll fall flat. So it's a good day for routine editing and for meditation. And you don't want to start anything really important on that day. Okay. So at 4:43 on Monday, the moon sets the public stage to go into Taurus. And the sun in Taurus will be in harmony with Saturn on Tuesday. And the sun Saturn is about grounding us, being pragmatic, being sensible. It's good business sense. It's good for feeling more confident and secure. And at best, after this moon goes into Taurus, you'll be feeling a lot more confidence and ready to I don't know if it's confidence, it's more like, I don't know, a satisfaction that you know that setting in the middle of the wait before the next move, that you're in this place of bringing the structures in. So it'll be more of that kind of I would say a contraction instead of expansion energy. Okay, so on Tuesday, we're still on Tuesday the 7th, the new moon doesn't happen till 8:43 p.m. Pacific time. So that's most of the people, if you're in Europe or other countries or even on the East Coast, you're probably already in bed. Okay, so it'll be happening on the 8th for you. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter because the 7th and 8th is when the new moon energy is going to be there, and it's going to be setting up the energies to refocus and to calm us down. This new moon is going to be 18 degrees Taurus. So wherever 18 degrees Taurus is, I'm going to give you your houses and whole sign system of what that is for you. But if you know exactly what that degree is, that is my moon. I'm a Taurus moon, and that is exactly on my moon. So I need to buy lottery tickets that day. Okay. So there's 30 degrees in a sign in Taurus. So it's at 18 degrees. If that kind of, the pie shaped, that gives you a kind of inner energy of what that is. And Saturn is going to be at 17 degrees of Pisces. So Saturn is forming a tight 60-degree angle with the new moon. And the 60-degree angle is called the sextile. When we're talking about a sextile, we're talking about that two pieces of pie, okay? It's basically indicates a positive opportunities. And now that you've got to grab the opportunity and work with it, but it's there for the taking. Okay, the opportunity is there for the taking. Saturn is about grounding business, pragmatic energy, in harmony with the new moon in Taurus. So it's not only the new moon in Taurus that's grounding us, but and calming us, but it's giving us more security. That Saturn is really helping us achieve our goals and get beyond all that instability of the past couple of months that we've had. Also on Tuesday's a big energy day, isn't it? It's about the only big day of the week. Earlier in the day, it's also going to cross over the pleasure seeking Venus. So, early morning, depending on where you are in the world, this can be a very charming time. Good for going out to lunch, good for coupling. It's a sleeping late that day with a lover, doing something that's creative. Also, all that's creative and pleasurable and relationship. Venus energy is really influencing the public tone. And then later in the day, as the energy moves and we've come all the way into the full moon and then in on to Wednesday the 8th now, the moon continuing in Taurus will be crossing over expansive lucky Jupiter at about 9:10 a.m. Pacific time. Jupiter can trigger the public response of the moon, the optimistic energy, the expansion. Jupiter can be traveling with you, but you could really be planning and thinking about education, which Jupiter is, or marketing and about publishing, which Jupiter also is. But whatever direction it takes you, the moon and Jupiter, you're feeling very hopeful on that day. And then at 4:21 Pacific time, the moon leaves the steady Taurus and goes into flexible, versatile Gemini. And it's stimulating a lot of ideals and conversations that you're running from one errand to the next errand, and that moon in Gemini will be in harmony and trine to deep transformative Pluto energy. This is that emotional moon is positive with Pluto, and this could be a very favorable time for having profound conversations about doing deep introspective work, and it could be very favorable for seeing that you could let go of in your life and what you would be better that it would what would be better for you. Okay, on the next day, the moon continuing in Gemini. There's really nothing else much going on that day. So the communication, it'll be a time that things will be open. To communication, if you sit still in the energy for that to come in, and also like a good day for channeling. So it's a good day to do your correspondences, to write. If you're a writer, you could be working on your website or working on anything like that to the end of the day. And then at 10 p.m. on Thursday, end of the day, it's going to be a hard square to the strictest Saturn. So most of you, everybody's going to be asleep. So, you may be tossing and turning in your sleep, but getting downloads, and it could be about your structure. So if you wake up and you're feeling a load of responsibilities, it could be the ahas that came in during that time period. And then on Friday the 10th, the moon's continuing in Gemini. Communication, flexible, versatile Gemini in harmony with the textile with Mercury around late morning. And Mercury is the planet that rules Gemini. So that moon in Gemini is all over the place with ideas, conversation, witnessing the good for communicating, writing, speaking out. Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, and everything that Gemini represents. Mercury represents these two planets and will be in harmony with each other late in the morning. So it's a favorable time for brainstorming, conversations, writing, and having to speak at a lecture to get your voice out to be heard on those days. Okay. And then early evening, about 7 p.m., the moon the moon will be square or challenging aspect to the nebulous Neptune. So that's often what we call, that's a moon time, emotion time. Okay, Neptune is getting out of focus. It's sometimes it can be moody, but later in the day, in the early going into the middle of the evening, um, just know this time will just to pass. Just go to bed. Go read a book or something. Get away from everybody else during that time period. Okay, if you go out that night, Friday night, that could be because of the Neptune influence. You don't want to get wasted. It could be a time there could be a lot of inebriated people out, and what normally wouldn't inebriate you may inebriate you that night because of the influence of the energy. So it could be a big disappointment of who people that feel this energy. They go out and then they're disappointed and they just get drunk, and you know what? so so that escapist Neptune energy, we're gonna have that Friday night, and there's gonna be a lot. I would not go out. Do not go out that night. It could be a lot of chaos, especially if you have college kids on these college campuses. There could be a lot of chaos that's going on during that time period. Okay, not to create it, but just to let you know. And the next day is going to be one of those hangover from hell regret days. Okay, so then it's going to the moon leaves Gemini, and it goes into Cancer. And this is going to be a more reflective energy, more of a homebody energy, and a nurturing energy. The Gemini is more personal, more ideas, communication, and Cancer is more interpersonal. So the weekend with that Cancer moon, a lot of you may just want to stay home, curl up with the book. It's a day for a family entertainment, cook out, do things like that, do things that bring you joy. Plant flowers. We're still in that new moon energy. It's like you could be doing things like that. Communicate with your flowers. It's a great time for home entertaining. Um, and then about 11 a.m., it is going to form a angle to the irritating and impatient Mars. So there could be some unexpected upsets during that time period. And then on Sunday, the moon continues in Cancer, and it will be in harmony, stabilizing, grounding Saturn. And most people will probably be sleeping during this time period because it is 6 a.m. I'm not. I'm up. I'm an early bird. Later in the day, you're going to be feeling more secure, more grounded, and more practical, more effortless energy. Sunday, the moon will be in harmony with the sun, with Uranus, and the moon sun will be in a relationship flow effortlessly, and the energies will be supportive. Things will work out. You're coming off of that, the moon Saturn that might felt a little constricted, and you're feeling very grounded. You're feeling grounded and stable, though, with the energy. And it's an excellent day in the early afternoon with that Uranus energy. The Uranus with the moon can be emotional, but it's like kind of wild, erratic emotions, matic energy. But you could be thinking out of the box, and it could bring in some energies to clear out some old stuck patterns. Okay, so that's what the week has with the moon. So now we're going to move into all signs. So right before I move into all signs, my public service announcement: go like, share, hit the notifications, do comments, let me know what's going on with you. What do you want to manifest? Put it in the thing. Write it down, put it somewhere so it can be seen. It's witnessed. When you put it down, then that is like bringing it in, speaking it into existence. So do that. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I am Kimberly Crow. I am a Western astrologer using whole sign system for this energy analysis. So listen up to your three biggies. Your rising is what you came to be. To rise, to ascend to. You got to know your birth time to know your rising. And my microphone is not plugged in anymore. And your sun sign is the light that you shine out into the world. It can be your career, it can be male authority figures in your lifehood. It could be your father in your chart. Your moon is your emotional IQ. It's how you want to be nurtured and how you nurture others. It's your body, and it could be your mother in your chart. Okay, here we go. Aries. Aries. There's a cluster of energy in your sign, particularly with your ruler Mars, which is recently linked to Pluto's. This brought a surge of vitality for you. And with Mercury moving forwards and connecting with Cryon, it's time for optimistic possibilities. You have an opportunity to demonstrate your dynamic energy and passion with purpose to construct results. And Venus in your second house indicates a chance to improve your financial situation, anchored by Saturn at this week's end and past dedication. Overall, it's a promising week for you, Aries. The new moon occurs in your second house. Everybody's in your second house. Sun, moon, and somebody else. Anyway, highlighting themes of personal finances, resources, self-worth. Uranus encourage, that's who it is. Uranus encourages breaking free from old patterns, while Saturn's emphasis on commitment to personal goals. It's time to focus on what you need and feel secure and fulfilled, whether it's embracing your income, your self-care, or investing in your long-term stability. Taurus, this new moon falls in your first house, signaling a time of self expression, identity, and vitality. It's an opportunity to commit to personal goals that reflect your grounded and stable nature while also embracing innovation and change. Focus on enhancing your resources, self care, pleasure, and consider what brings you joy and comfort as you plant seeds for your future growth. That new moon in Taurus offers a chance. This is your moon. This is your new moon of the year. It's the one you get. Okay. It offers a chance to celebrate your qualities. With Venus in your sign, refine your personal projects or enjoy what refines you. Saturn's influence highlights solid friendships, long term plans, and embrace both your strengths and your vulnerabilities to draw empathy and understanding from others. Opening up about your challenges can lead to meaningful connections, Taurus. Have fun manifesting. Okay. Okay, Gemini. Saturn has been in your 10th house, prompting you to test your credentials. And Jupiter and Uranus in your 11th house suggests connections and innovative ideas. And Neptune in your 12th house expands spiritual interests. Mercury's alignment with Cryon emphasizes intuitive communication. Focus on sincere connections and thinking outside of the box. The new moon is in your 12th house. It highlights past experiences, enriching your present life. Okay. So it's time to plant seeds for new beginnings while also addressing seven house themes of interperspective and spiritual connection. Uranus encourages breaking free from old patterns, while Saturn in Pisces offers a grounded energy for long term manifestation. The focus on self care and communication and realistic plans for your personal stability. The energy of this new moon is about planting seeds for you. Um, It is in your second house of security, including finances, values, and opinions of others. No, that's your self worth house. Okay. So it's your own opinions of yourself. And with the new moon occurring in your 12th house, it's time for inner work and spiritual connection. Saturn in your 10th house encourages the commitment to personal goals for success, while the North Node in your 11th house primes you for career evolution. Okay. Cancer. The sun, moon, and Uranus are in your 11th house, indicating a harmonious alignment with your sense of self. The new moon in Taurus offers opportunities for connecting with like minded individuals and focusing on what brings you security and happiness. The Jupiter Uranus conjunct encourages realigning with supportive people and evolving your professional life. Saturn's influence in your ninth house emphasizes grounding your dreams and aspirations into practical plans. With the new moon in your 11th house, that's your social network. It's harmonious time for connecting with like-minded individuals, focusing on your goals. While the moon is your chart ruler, it emphasizes your health, your vitality, and your outlook. Uranus brings liberating energy, encouraging you to realign with supportive people and opportunities. Saturn's influence in your ninth house suggests grounding your dreams and aspirations in practical steps for long term growth. That new moon in your 11th house, it's a time. Oh, I already said that, to connect to like minded people. Okay. It can bring some energy for setting goals for future success for you, dear Cancer. Okay. Okay. Leo. New moon occurs in your 10th house, emphasizing your reputation, career, and public image. The sun is your chart ruler, highlighting your identity and your strengths, while in um while the moon points to your emotional outlook and connections with others. Jupiter Uranus connection brings liberation and innovation to your career path, while Saturn in Pisces helps ground your dreams for long term goals and reality. With the sun in your 10th house aligning with Saturn to showcase talents that take on responsibilities. Mars and Pluto's alignment boosts energy for your career pursuits. This is all about career for you. The Taurus new moon signals expansive growth. Venus's connection with Saturn encourages appreciation of experience and consider property and matters for constructive progress. That new moon in the 10th highlights these themes of career and reputation and your public visibility. Uranus pushes for innovation and expansion and how you're seen by others, while Saturn emphasizes the need for steady long term growth. Focus on planting your seeds for your professional aspirations, enhancing your income and aligning to your deepest dreams. Okay, Virgo. Mercury, your ruler, aligns with Chiron in your 8th house, indicating resolution of stuck or frustrating situations. The Taurus new moon in your 9th house brings optimistic growth and opportunities. Jupiter, Uranus, and Venus in Taurus, emphasizing expansion and positivity. Focus on seeing the bigger picture and progress will follow. Venus's alignment with Saturn highlights appreciation for solid advice in relationships. With that new moon in your ninth house, it prompts you to plant seeds for growth in areas like education, travel, and spirituality. The sun's emphasis on your identity and self expression, while the moon focuses on your career and your public image. Uranus introduces the innovative ideals and opportunities for expansion, and Saturn's influence in your fifth house calls for disciplined, step by step progress towards your dreams and your creative pursuits. This new moon occurs in your ninth house, aligning with your sense of self and future goals. Uranus adds an element of innovation and surprise to your intentions. Saturn helps you ground your dreams and its long term plans, especially regarding your travel and the education. Okay. So, this is a time for exploring new opportunities for financial stability and growth, Virgo. Libra, this week begins with Venus in your area of investments, whether emotional or financial. Venus's alignment with Saturn later in the week supports tackling long term financial issues. Mars and Pluto's collaboration and productivity, especially in the domestic task. Mercury's alignment with Cryon helps resolve relationship issues. Overall, focus on hard work, attention to detail, and practical improvements. With that new moon in your eighth house, that's the shared resource money. As my friend Lori calls it, the chunky money house. Okay, this is money you get from other people. It's time for deep transformation and renewal in areas related to resources, partnerships, and intimacies. That also can be inheritance money. Okay. The sun highlights your social connections and aspirations, while the moon underscores your one on one relationships. Uranus brings unexpected changes and breakthroughs. Saturn's influence in your seventh house encourages patience and responsibility to partnerships and commitments. The new moon takes place in that eighth house, focusing on your shared resources, transformation, and deep psychological growth. Uranus adds the innovation and fresh energy ideas to your intention. Saturn supports your dreams and your intuition, especially in matters related to partnerships and finances. It's time to plant the seeds for financial stability and deeper connections to others while prioritizing your self care and enjoyment of life, Libra. Okay. Scorpio. This week sees a concentration of energy in your seventh house of relationships, accumulating in the new moon on Wednesday. Pluto and Mars collaborate constructively, adding productivity in domestic matters. Mercury's alignment with Cryon helps resolve work related issues, and the new moon's link with Saturn suggests positive shifts in relationships and partnerships. This new moon is in your seventh house and invites you to focus on partnerships, contracts, and negotiations. The sun emphasizes your career and your public image, while the moon highlights your connections and interactions with others. Uranus introduces innovative approaches and opportunities for growth. Saturn's influence in your fifth house urges disciplined action and long term planning with your creative pursuits and romance. That new moon occurs in that seventh house, highlighting partnerships, contracts, and negotiations. And with Uranus's innovative and new possibilities to your relationship dynamics, Saturn in Pisces encourages patience, long term planning, and especially in that creative and romantic endeavor. So it's time to set your intentions for balance in relationships, financial stability, and personal growth while staying grounded in practicality, Scorpio. Sagittarius, Jupiter, your ruler, separates from Uranus. They've been hanging out together just like this. They're best buds. Signaling exciting developments in relationships later in the month. The new moon in your sixth house offers opportunity to reset daily routines and work situations constructively. Mars and Pluto's alignment boosts physical vitality and enthusiasm. Venus's alignment with Saturn emphasizes the importance of practical gestures in relationships. This new moon in your sixth house encourages establishing daily routines for self care, health, and well being. The sun focuses on personal growth and connections, while the moon highlights shared resources and transformation. The Jupiter Uranus conjunct offers liberation and new ideas. Saturn in Pisces supports patience and long term goals. Focus on creating healthy routines and enjoy simple pleasures and balancing your home life. Okay, Capricorn, the start of the week focuses on your ruling planet Saturn. The activity in your fifth house emphasizes joy, talent showcased, and sociability. Jupiter's alignment with Neptune enhances empathic communication. Saturn's influence provides stability during the new moon in the fifth house, promising positive shifts and emotional fulfillment. Pluto's link with Mars aids transformation in domestic matters. Mercury's alignment with Chiron resolves communication issues, while Venus's alignment with Saturn emphasizes practical gestures and relationships. Capricorn, this new moon, it's in your fifth house. It emphasizes creativity, joy, and love. Sun highlights your partnerships while the moon is focused on your daily habits of self care. Uranus brings innovative surprises. Saturn in Pisces supports building solid foundation for personal growth. Focus on expressing yourself creatively, pursuing new opportunities, and enhancing your financial and emotional security. Aquarius, Pluto and Mars continue to exert influence in your chart, providing a foundation for financial progress. The part of fortune in your sign boosts confidence in embracing your individuality. Mercury's alignment with Chiron resolves communication issues, marking a shift from self analysis to optimistic energy. Saturn's link with the sun and the new moon in your fourth brings stability and emotional fulfillment to home and family matters. This is in your house of family. Okay, Venus's alignment with Saturn suggests progress in some home improvements. That new moon being in your fourth house, the emphasis is going to be on your home and your family life. The communication and the connections there. Sun highlights taking care of yourself, while moon focuses on fun, joy, and love. Uranus brings innovation and change. Saturn in Pisces supports building self-worth, financial stability. Focus on improving the home communication and expanding out into your social circles. Treat them as family and identifying what brings you happiness and fulfillment. Pisces, Pluto and Mars alignment signifies a foundation for financial progress. The new moon in the third house emphasizes communication, quick movement, and self expression. Saturn's link with the new moon and Venus in the third house emphasizes communication skills and self expression. Mercury's alignment with Chiron resolves communication issues, boosting confidence in expressing yourself. overall, expect positive developments in communication and self expression. The new moon is in your third house. It encourages communication and connections. And the sun highlights self care while the moon is focusing on creativity, and Uranus brings innovative surprises. Saturn in Pisces supports building a strong foundation for personal growth and focus on effective communication, cultivating new skills, and discovering truly what makes you happy and fulfilled. That concludes our all signs portion, and now we're ready to receive the transmissions. So, to prepare ourselves to receive these transmissions from the cosmos and the energy of our allies that are here to support us, bring your awareness to this DNA skin suit, to you. Okay, so we're going to do that with our breath. So breathe in, and with each breath you take, the more you come into your own being, into your core, into your soul crystal, the part of you that has always been and always will be, the part that carries on through eternity. So breathe in that energy and the connection to all your Akashic records, all of your knowledge and wisdom. As we breathe in and we center into air core, into air sacred chamber, feel the connection to that. You know where it is. You've always known. Just go be there within it. So breathe in that energy, and we're going to disconnect our third eye from all of the wouldas and couldas and shouldas, that mind matrix that's out there in the world. All of that crap that we plugged into because we thought it had an answer outside of us when it's always been within. So breathe in that, unplug, breathe in, connect to your sacred chamber. And now we're going to drop that energy down into the core of Earth, into Gaia's crystalline heart, and connect to our Earth records, to our mission, our sacred mission, the truth in the light and the gift that you are to all of humanity, the gift that you are to yourself, to your future self. Feel that energy, feel that support. Call in whoever your Earth helpers are that are within that realm to help rejuvenate you as we prepare to connect to this Venus and Taurus energy, the Earth Mama energy, how much she loves us and what that is. Feel the energy of that. And to Aries, the balance of the divine masculine in balance with the divine feminine, where that is within you, and not the diluted archetypes of either one of these, but the truth of what they really are. So feel that connection to that, and wherever that is within your own chart, your own map that you created when you chose to embody. This is your map. It's your destiny. It's the clues that you left behind for yourself. So remember that, connect to it, and restore that pathway. If it's been out of alignment, maybe yours has never been out of alignment. But bring it into the truth of alignment and what that really is for you, and not all the cliche shit that's said. So breathe that in and step into your power, your sacred path, your purpose, aligning your earth purpose, your soul purpose, and your God consciousness to one unified working system that remembers the truth of the mission. Ooh, so breathe that in. And when you're ready, come back into this time we call now. This is Kimberly with Celestial Juju. Like, share, and do all of those things that you do to make my numbers do whatever they do in this batshit crazy world. That's where numbers live in the batshit crazy world. So may you be blessed by the light of your own reflection, and thank you for incarnating and being the light being that you are. May you be blessed.